We are sitting here with Kate Collins.
Hello.
Kate, can you tell everybody where you work and what shop you work at?
I am Kate Collins. I am in Philadelphia. I work at True Hand Society. We are located in Fishtown on Susquehanna Ave.
Can you tell us a little bit about True Hand Society?
It's a tattoo shop. It's based in a church, and we have a design team that also does like a lot of local branding. They do interior design. They do a lot of logos that you could see around town. Yeah, and that's about it.
You're originally from Philadelphia, correct?
Yes.
You worked at a lot of the shops in Philadelphia. How'd you end up at True Hand Society?
I talked to Mike Ski, who is the owner of the place. I talked to him maybe, I want to say 4 years ago about working here. At the time, he was still based out of like a small studio down the street from where we're at right now. It's kind of like an office building, warehouse. And there was 3 people in there, and I think that's all you could fit in there. So I talked to him about working there. He wanted me to work there, but there's literally no room. So once he came to a bigger spot, that's when I decided to jump into like the mix.
How long have you guys been in this building?
We have been in this building for maybe, I want to say 2 months. Okay. It's been fairly new.
I think Mike was sending us photos of photos, and we were looking. I'm like, man, that is crazy. The building's absolutely beautiful.
Yes, it really is.
You do a lot of punk rock ladies and the Halloween-related tattoos. Plus, you released a book of tattoo references for each.
Yes.
Can you talk about those books? How long it took to create the books, and if you're working on a new book?
Well, I started with She's the One, and that's my punk rock lady head book. I just feel like at that point in my career, I kept seeing like other people come up with books, and I just needed to take my career to a different level, and it just felt like a natural progression for me. So I decided, from seeing lots of other, tattoo artists, studying them and seeing like over the years, like different references that I just keep looking at over and over again. Subject matter is usually like silver screen sirens, pin-up girls from the wars, or just like lost loves, or just people that tattoo artists overtly sexualize, or just their version of beauty. So I was thinking, as a woman tattoo artist, and seeing like all these different references, like who do I admire, who do I think is beautiful. So I started like looking around me, and it's just girls that I have known throughout the years and everything. So, and it's just like, I just think a different aspect of beauty that people doesn't get much representation, at least at the time when I made those. Now I feel like they're everywhere.
You see a lot more of them.
Yeah.
Maria Ramon.
Yeah, Moira.
Out of Europe. She does a lot of them too.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Her and I talk a little bit. But yeah, I just like seeing that aspect of it, making like girls for girls. Because I feel like it resonates with a lot of women that I meet. They're like, oh wow, I love that, it reminds me of my friend. And that's what I get a lot of, is people going, oh, that reminds me of so and so, or they're tagging their friends that it looks like. And that's basically why the purpose of it is, that these like hard-edged girls that are curse too much, smoke, drink too much, have these like crazy lifestyles, giving them like a platform of beauty.
Are you working on a new book right now?
I'm not at the moment, because I just made those 2 books back to back, and so I'm just kind of like pushing them so people buy them more. And yeah, I just want to get them out more, because I feel like I didn't even give the girl head book a chance. I just like made that, and then I made the Halloween book right away. So I just kind of want to let them marinate out there for a little bit, and then I'm going to work on probably a new book. So
how long did it take you to make each book?
It took a year for each one, and I always give myself a deadline, and it's usually December. That's usually my deadline, always. But yeah, it took about a year for each of them.
Outside of tattooing, you play drums in a band.
Yes.
Can you talk about what kind of music you play? What's a band name? I remember reading it, but I forget it now.
Yeah, it's Drones. We have since broke up.
Okay.
R.I.P. It's okay. It's not an issue, but I do play drums, and I've been playing drums since I was 14 years old.
What kind of music are you into?
We usually do DB, crust, like along the lines of like Discharge, Totalitar, Frampted, I want to say, just things like that. Yeah.
And the bands I've never even heard of.
A lot of Swedish stuff, so.
Outside of my realm. So the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention's next weekend. Are you going to be working at that show?
Yes, I will be working at the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention. I'll be with Tattoo Punks, which is Josh Howard and Ellie. They both kind of like put it together. I just kind of gave them a push for Philly. I'm like, please, can we just get together and do that? Josh has been a longtime friend of mine. He's in the Virus, and they're a Philadelphia band too.
I've heard of the Virus before.
Yeah, so I think I've been like going to his shows since I was 16 years old. So it just so happens we're all like in the community, the tattoo community, together now.
Do you do any conventions outside of Philly?
Yes, I do. I'm going to be doing Hudson Valley Convention. I think I'm definitely doing Albuquerque Convention. I'm going to be doing, what else? West Texas Convention with the Trufant brothers. That's always a fun one.
I've never been to Albuquerque or Hudson Valley or any convention in Texas.
Yeah.
So 2019 marks your 10th year as in the
Yes.
tattoo industry. Can you talk about how the tattoo industry or how tattooing has changed for you in the last 10 years?
Well, I think the biggest change is just the presence of a lot more women now. Because I mean, I know I don't want to discredit anyone for like there not being women in the community. I mean, there always has been, but it's just so much more now. I remember when I first started, I was looking for an apprenticeship, and I used to just get like laughed out of shops. They'd just be like, nope, go away. And now it's just like everywhere. Yeah.
That's good to. That's good to see.
Yeah.
Anything else? I mean, like, I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, it's just, I mean, that I just see a lot more studios, like personal appointment only studios coming up, which is great because it just shows how much the mainstream is catching on and like how focused everyone is getting into their niche. So people can go to like, this studio that specializes in like, sloths with beanies on, or they could go to this shop where it's like just roses. It's just, it's nice to see that like you can do what you like to do. If that's like your thing, you can do that all day, every day, and it's nice.
What do you hope to see in the next 10 years?
I guess I'd like to see more of that, just like personal appointment only studios, because it's interesting to see just even like when you come here, the dynamic, and it's like a whole different world. Like people make their own little communities out of them. So instead of like a walk-in shop where I feel like I came up in walk-in shops my whole life. It's just like more instant, and it's a whole different culture than when you're like here with artists working off of each other every day, like pushing each other to a different level. And I'd like to see more of that.
I know we just talked about the new Truhan location a couple minutes ago, but can you talk about, can you describe the location? And it's inside of a rehab church,
Yes.
I'm assuming. Can you talk about how they end up finding this spot? Because it's in the middle, it's in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, Fishtown is a weird up and coming place. I remember when I first moved to Philly, this is the place I got mugged at. So it used to be really dark here, like terrible. And there was like lots of muggings, lots of like, you could still go to like down the street and see people like creeping around, living like an alternative lifestyle, if you will. So now it's like mostly hipsters and stuff like coming in and like coffee shops. But before all of that, it was a very like Irish community where everyone has a church on each corner. So they've just been like giving them out basically out here. So
I would love to see the pictures of what the shop looked like before
yeah,
rehab occurred.
Mike has some. So Mike Ski is the one who put this all together, but there's other churches in the area that have been turned into studios, have been turned into apartments. It just seems like everyone's getting a church around here. But yeah, Mike got it, and then he's been rehabbing it for the past 2 years. He has an apartment in the basement, or like not the basement. The first floor is his apartment, and then the second floor is tattooing, and then third floor we have a photographer up here. So it's just turned into a giant community space.
Well, I mean, with the stained glass windows around here,
yeah,
and the high ceilings and the balcony, it's a gorgeous spot to be in.
Oh yeah, it's
beautiful. I walked
beautiful.
past it, and when I came past it initially, I was like, okay. Google Maps has the address wrong.
Yeah.
And I walked in the door, I was like, oh my god, this is gorgeous in here.
Yeah, like he did a really great job of getting a lot of local talent too to put it all together, like put the floors together, keep things, you know, the things that really make the church stand out for what it is. You know, there's certain characteristics like the organ in the back, the stained glass, you know, just keeping those little touches that make it beautiful, and then just rehabbing the rest of it that needed to get.
It's the most gorgeous shop I think I've ever been in.
Thank you.
Can you talk about who was the last person you were tattooed by?
I was last tattooed by Dave Halsey.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
And he did
Cincinnati too.
Yeah, he did a scorpion on my leg. He was really cool.
Go to Crying Heart?
No, he came here. He did a guest spot, and it was when we were still in the old building. But yeah, he did a scorpion on my leg. He's a really nice guy. I really love his work. You know, that's a great part of being here is we always have like a rotating roster of people coming through, and I like to jump in and get tattooed by like some of the really good people that come through.
Yeah, him and Nate and Tyler do really good work.
Yeah, they're great.
So do you have any people, like up and coming artists that you're looking at, like people that you think should get more shine?
Garrett Potts, he does like a lot of single needle, black and gray, like Chicano style. And he works in West Texas. Moira Ramone, she's amazing. I think her lady heads and like the punk rock style, that it's very much my style. Ellie Falcon, he does like very cool old school tattoos like out of Boston. I want to say Matt Taylor, he does like crazy trippy stuff out of Baltimore. Yeah, it's like it's along the traditional side, but it's super trippy. Like we just took a whole bunch of mushrooms and did a tattoo, which I think he might do, but no, he's very professional.
Are there any artists on your wish list that you like? Any artists that you would love to get tattooed by?
I do want to get tattooed with Moira. I want to get tattooed by Marie Senna. She's amazing. Probably Becca Jean Bacon. And that's all I can think of right now.
Do you have any favorite cities or conventions that you travel to? I mean,
Yes.
I know you're going to the convention in Albuquerque in Texas and Bill,
Yes.
but I mean, like, you have any convention that you want to do every year or you want to try to do?
I definitely do West Texas every year because those guys out there, the True Comp Brothers, they're just so accommodating. It's the most fun convention ever. It's very small, but every year they just go above and beyond. Like they have a lunchtime where they have like catered food for everyone that's like working the convention. They have like limos to go to the parties, and they just go way above and beyond. And then the clientele there is amazing. They all save up year round because it's just like a little town in the middle of Texas, and they all look forward to that shop during that convention. And Albuquerque's great. All the guys there at Por Vita, they put that show on, and it's just, you know, being in Albuquerque and the weather and the surrounding area. It's just so gorgeous. So I definitely look forward to going there every year.
So if anybody's interested in Tattooed by You, what's your booking process like?
I usually have people just text me, and then I hate doing consultations. It's the worst. I just do it through text. Usually people have an idea what they want to get from me. It's nothing like out of left field, so it's just either flash or pinup or lady head. That's pretty much it, and I just go from there. Usually it's stuff that I've drawn up, like my flash that's in my book, or I have a line drawing book that people choose from, and any of those options are available to customers.
Do you ever have an issue when a client comes to you and tell you to do whatever you want?
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people that do that, and then I'll usually suggest something out of left field, and then they'll just narrow it down a little bit more.
Do you not want to do that because I do it pretty often. I tell artists do whatever you want, and usually they'll show me a design, I'll just go with it. But like,
Yeah.
does it happen where they tell you do whatever you want, and then you show them the design, and they're like, well, I don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that comes with the terrorist worry, where it's just people, they'll just say that, but they really don't mean it. So I'll show them designs and get a feel for what they want, and then probably push them in that direction. Just try to feel out what they like exactly. I'll ask for references and see, because usually people will be like, oh, I want a punk girl head. What kind of punk girl head do you want? I don't know. Whatever, just punk girl. So I'll ask them their favorite bands.
Yeah.
I'll ask like what they like,
Silently judge them.
Well, I usually don't silently judge anyone. I usually very openly judge people.
Well, I mean, like, if I would tell you my favorite punk bands, I'm sure you'd probably judge me on it.
Oh, I judge everyone. I'm an elitist. Come on.
Your booking process, how far in advance do you book out?
I book out pretty much like 2 months in advance. It's kind of just happened that way naturally for me. It's not like specific, I need to get ready. It's just kind of happened that way.
If anybody's interested in getting tattooed by you,
text me.
Text you?
Yep. My number.
Instagram DMs or?
No Instagram DMs. Text 484-362-9665, and that's it.
What about email?
Email, not really.
Just text?
Just text, yeah.
Man, I can't imagine trying to keep up with appointments over text.
I have like a separate work text thing, so I can turn it on and off when I want. It's not my personal.
Does Truehand have your phone number on the website for people to text you?
I don't know if they do.
I mean, like, if I didn't know you, how would I find out your number?
You just go on my Instagram. It's on there, and it's on my website too. It's everywhere. Okay. Yeah. And if you email me, I'll find it. It's just that you're not gonna get it like as immediate as the other way, because with my text I can search through everything and keep track of dates easier, because like the DMs you can't even go in there and check. So
yeah, no, I follow you. We get bombarded with DMs, and it's impossible to keep up with them.
Yeah, I can only imagine how many you get.
Yeah, we get probably, it seems like we get 25 a day at least.
Yes.
And it's a job just to keep up with them.
Yeah.
So that's all the questions we have. We appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with us. We're huge fans of your work. I love seeing the shop here.
Thank you.
And that's about it. So thank you.
I love Tattoo Snob. You guys are great.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you.